Hi there, Alan Brown here from Billabong Chiropractic. I'm just discussing a brief summary in this video on our healing resource for gut health and back pain and healing as well. So how they're related and why it's an important part with our chiropractic care as well. So the first thing is, what is your gut? Well, it's basically the gut is that tube that goes from your mouth all the way up to your back passage. The second point is that we need a healthy microbiome. Most people are kind of aware what that means. It just means all the different viruses, bacteria, fungi, and all these different microorganisms that live in our gut. And then we've divided these things up into sort of good and bad species, but you need both because there needs to be a balance of sort of good and bad, because the good are kept strong by having some of the opposition in there, if that makes sense. So it's about balance in the microbiome. And of course, under modern day stress and the modern diet, emotional stress is a big contributor as well. We can get that biome out of whack, and it creates inflammation. And the issue is that inflammation of your gut then can cause this thing called leaky gut, where basically your gut becomes more permeable to, and it lets things through the intestinal wall that it shouldn't, and that creates an immune response, and which then can lead to things like other inflammatory derived conditions like fibromyalgia and osteoarthritis. It can aggravate all those things or create them or trigger different chronic problems we don't want. So it's really, really important. Now, the other part is when something gets inflamed, there is this, most things in your back, or if you've got back problems or stiffness, it's inflammation anyway. And you get more of that generally as you're getting older, not because you're getting older, but because you're getting more inflammation. So we want to reduce that, because really every symptom around back pain is to do with inflammation most of the time. It's not usually the osteoarthritis, it's all that things like that. It's actually the inflammation. And so gut inflammation can often create stiffness in the back pain. And that's where that sort of relationship is. It can also irritate the nerves that are more directly connected to the back and cause, specific areas to tighten up, etc. So that's that connection. So we need that healthy gut. Now, there's 4 key ways that we look at, just so you can get the quickest result to help your gut. If that shows up when we're examining you or while we're working through a healing process. The first one is bone broth. So we talk about the product that we use. You don't have to make your own, but there's a pretty good product on the market there, which we have a video of Shan Cooper from My Food Religion discusses the benefits of this particular product. And what bone broth does is it basically, just think of it as like helps seal the gut. So that's where it can really reduce in a quick fashion, just reduce that gut inflammation. And it's really easy to have. You just need a teaspoon. You can make your own, but it is well, we've done it a lot, and it takes a fair while to make bone broth. So bone broth is great, and you can buy it in that concentrated form now, and it's all very organic and all the things that we look for when we're looking for a healthy product. I also like it better because it's not so much of a supplement; it's actually a food, which is great. The next thing is increase your green. So we talk about measurements in the blog as well, but you can't, the more we really don't have enough. So it's good to make that intention just to up the vegetables or salads, greens as much as you can. The third one is fermented foods. So there's a range. It really is good to check out your health food shops. Like there's the different vegetables that have been fermented, which are really, really good. There's there's the different drinks. Unfortunately, kombucha these days is made in a way that really it's not, how it, in the traditional method because of different regulations in this state. America actually has better kombucha than what we do, which is weird. But the easiest one that we get you onto is milk kefir. Now, the thing is, even if you have a mild dairy intolerance, milk kefir is often okay because the bacteria breaks down the milk such that the protein isn't sort of so allergenic. But, obviously we need to discuss that, and you need to talk to your health practitioner or, on that topic. But milk kefir, you can also get the coconut version, but it is an easy way if you have a smoothie for breakfast, that's an easy way to get a fermented food into your diet straight away. So that's why we recommend that one first. And then the last and obvious one is drinking more water. So 1 litre per 35 kilos of body weight is great. But in summer in Queensland, so hot, we want to try and up that as much as possible. So there are 4 main tips for helping get your gut health, to change as quick as possible. Obviously, you can look at the more detail on the blog. And for any questions, just ask in the clinic. And thank you for watching.